Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning to Dr. Heikal. So today, our group will be present our final year project, and I, Nurul Hafizah binti Azhar, will be the first presenter. So my part is the introductions. So in our report, we will use statistic studies. So statistic is the study of collections, analysis, interpretation, presentation, and organizations of data. So it means that we will collect our data, we will analyze it and interpret the data. UPM Sports Center is actually organized an event which is we known as SUKOL or Inter-College Sport Program. So, for the sessions of 2019/2020, SUKOL are having track and field that is going on that semester. So, actually every college need to send their representative for males and females. And that also applied to 10th college. Due to this event, 10 colleges are having difficulties to find athletes, whether among males or females. And the problem is it's only 30% of 10 college students that actually come to the selections. So in order to help 10 college, we run the selection by coming to them. And these experiments takes a week to complete it because students are busy with their schedule. Means that not every students can come to the selection date. So for these selections, we can take their time taken for the students to complete one lab and determine who is actually fit to represent 10 college for SUKOL and track field. So for the objective of this project is first to determine the time taken of students jogging at 10 college, jogging track for one lap, which will cover 570 meter. And our second objective is to find the fitness level of UPM students who can represent 10 college for inter-college program, which is SUKOL. Thank you.
For hypothesis, male students have shorter time taken jogging for one lap than female students, and male students are fitter than female students, and when weight of the student increase, the time taken student jogging for one lap is increases, and when the height of the student increase, the time taken student jogging for one lap is decreases. For the methodology, we conducted the experiment at 10th college jogging track. The track covers 570 meters and each student need to complete one lap, which is 570 meters. And from the data obtained, hypothesis can be proved either true or false. And to test the hypothesis, we used 4 methods. First one, descriptive statistics. 2, hypothesis statistics. 3, linear regression. 4, probability. And these gonna be explained by Shakir in the experiment data.
Alright, Assalamualaikum. I will present about the result of the experiment for the final project. And okay, from the table we have the data of weight, gender, the time taken to complete one lap, which is 570 meter. And then we have how many they jog per week. And is it they warm up or not before they start to jog. So for this experiment, we have 21 number of students who run for the experiment. And then for the next, we have a pie chart of students who jog at 10 college track. And from the pie chart, we have the percentage of the students, which is 62% of male students jog at the 10 college track, while only 38% of female jog at the 10 college track. And then for the next figure, we have bar chart, which is the same as the pie chart, which is number of students jog at the 10 college field. And as we can see from the figure or the bar chart, male students, number of male students who jog at 10 college track is 13 students, while the female is only 8 students. So for the next figure, we have bar chart of students jog per week, and from the bar chart we can know that the number of students who jog per week, which is for once a week, twice a week, thrice a week, and then more than 3 times a week. So we can see that more number of students for male and female jog only once a week, while for the thrice a week, we can see that no female students jog thrice a week. So for the next pie chart, we have a pie chart of students who warm up or not, and we can see that here we have 52% of students which is they jog, they warm up before they jog, while only 48 students not warm up before they jog. So for this, we proceed to the testing. For the first testing, we have the descriptive statistic. So for this descriptive statistic, we have data, we calculate for the weight, height, and the time taken to complete one lap, which is 570. So for descriptive statistic, we have the data of mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, kurtosis, and skewness. So as you can see, we have the mean for each data, the median for each data, and then the mode. So you can see here we have the skewness for each data. For weight, we have skewness 0.3794, which is between negative 0.5 and positive 0.5. And for height, we have negative 0.494, and for the time taken to complete one lap, we have 0.1129 skewness. So you can see here that the skewness of the weight is approximately symmetric, same as the time taken to complete one lap skewness, which is have 0.1129. But for height, we have the skewness is moderately skewed, because it is between negative 1 and negative 0.5, or between 0.5 positive 0.5 and 1 positive 1. So for the next descriptive statistic, we sort the data into gender, male and female, and we have the data for weight, height, and time taken, which is for mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, kurtosis, and skewness for both gender. So we move to the next testing. We have hypothesis testing, and for this testing, we use Microsoft Excel to analyze it, and we use the t-test, which is 2 sample assuming unequal variance. And why we use unequal variance? Because we calculate for the time taken to complete one lap for male and female, and for male we have number of students, 13 number of students, but for female we have 8 number of students. So we have a difference, we also have different variance. And then the hypothesis mean difference, we set to 0, and then we set the alpha level, which is 0.05 or 95% of confidence level, and then we have the t statistic, which is negative 1.499, and the T critical that we have for this testing is 2.1098, and then the alpha level out in the output we have 0.1521. So from the data we have that we need to accept the null hypothesis as we can see that the critical value is the t statistic is smaller than the critical value, and it is not in the rejection region, so we need to accept the null hypothesis. So we move to the next testing. We have linear regression testing. So for linear regression testing, we have time taken versus weight and time taken versus height. So for time taken versus weight, we have a positive trend line, as we have the equation of the equation y equals to 1.1372x plus 135.83, which is the slope is positive. And then we have the r squared is 0.2269, which is it's not quite good because it's further from the regression line, and it's lower. It's more to it's not good because not too, it's further from the regression line, and then below than 0.5. And from the graph we can see that it's when the weight is increased, then the time taken is also increases, because when some students have more weight, they have more load to carry during the job, so it will affect the time taken to complete one lap. While we move to the second graph, which is time taken versus height, and we have the equation y equals to negative 1.3771x plus 434.7, and we have the negative slope. So the graph is a positive trend line. So then from the graph we know that when the height is increase, the time taken to complete one lap decreases, and we have the r squared value is 0.118, and which is also not so good, as it is further from the regression. So we move to the next testing. We have testing 4, which is probability, and for this testing we calculate for probability for the students who jog more than 3 times a week, and we have the data here. We sort with for male and female, once a week, twice a week, thrice a week, and more than 3 times a week. So we calculate for more than 3 times they jog per week, because as you can see, we want to calculate we want to find the fit students to represent our college for the track and field program, track and field sports. So as they jog more than 3 times a week, then maybe they have lots of stamina, and will be more fitter than other students. So we have the probability for male, which is more than 3 times jog more than 3 times a week. We have 4/13, as 4 students jog more than 3 times a week, and total number of students for male. So for probability for female jog more than 3 times a week, we have 1/8, as only one student jog more than 3 times a week, and over the total number of female students. And we have the probability for more than 3 times they jog. We have probability for male and female, and we have the total number of students who jog more than 3 times a week is 0.433. So thank you, that's all from me.
For conclusion, from the hypothesis, male students have shorter time taken to complete one lap than female students, which is most of them below 200 seconds. Male students are fitter than female students. So from that, the number of male students jogging at 10th college track are 24% more than the number of females. Through the hypothesis testing, it concludes that the null hypothesis is accepted and it's not in a rejection region. Through the linear regression, weight and time taken students jogging from one lap is directly proportional, and the height and time taken students jogging from one lap is inversely proportional. So thank you, and that's all from Group 1.